It feels like just yesterday that we were in the USA watching Pidcock and Voss crown themselves as the King and Queen of Cross. But alas, 12 months have passed, and their times on the throne both look pretty assured to be over. After our second American World Championships, we head back to a very, very familiar place for the 2023 Cyclocross World Championships, here in Hoogerheide. Hoogerheide is a staple of the cross calendar. In the birthplace of 1996 world champion Adrie van der Poel, the cross has been held here since 2000, when it was organised as a final farewell for Adrie. Since then it's grown out to a classic of the cross world, joining the World Cup in 2003 and then from 05 onwards. The only exceptions being the 2009 and 2014 editions when Hoogerheide was the World Championship host as well, and of course 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Hoogerheide is the classic season finale of the World Cup and is historically a fast, flattish course with a history of great close racing. The World Championships bring a slightly different layout. Course builder Adrie van der Poel is always changing little details here and there, but in essence it's still proper Hoogerheide. So let's take a look at the big changes. The start finish is very much still the best start finish section in all of cross. It flows beautifully with its gentle rises and falls and them slight corners. The opening section is the same as usual with that dive to the right, into a few switchback sections and then the pit lane. We then reach the first big change. Do you remember that section where Lars van der Haar crashed last year, causing a big sort of pile up behind him? That part of the course has been flipped, that entire forest section. They run it basically the same route, but do it in opposite direction. This will feed them out to the back of that little forest that they run through, creating a spectator area. From the forest, it's a typical Hoogerheide flat section as we race over the triple bridge for the first time, heading past the VIP tents before turning back on ourselves for another run over that bridge. We then reach another familiar bit as we head towards the pits for the second time in much the same way that we did last year. The section that follows the pits is more Hoogerheide heritage, as we drop down round the tree, a classic section that's been unchanged for years at this point I believe. From here on the course it's largely the same as before. The big difference is that the course hugs the earlier double section and hits the triple flyover for the third and final time. This creates a large space in the middle for spectators. This triple thick section is roughly where the barriers were last year. They're not marked on either last year or this year's course map, so I presume they're staying, but there's no actual confirmation of that as far as I'm aware. From this point on we hit the now new traditional Hoogerheide finale near the new housing estate. As we cross the road we have that little rise up and then we hit the plateau where the houses are. There's the big drop on the other side followed by an immediate switch back and back up that long old staircase. And then from the top, that's where the real technical part comes to play. The finale of the course and the place where the race will probably be won, especially if it comes down to the final lap, is this off-camber section. And this section is so hard. It's claimed the likes of Ferrand-Prévot, Jolanda Neff and Alvarado in the past. Finally we have the finish straight once again. The undulating nature of the road makes it probably the best sprinting cross. It's almost entirely unpredictable every time, because it dips at the start and then rises up. It's incredibly hard to time your effort here properly, especially after you've been going full gas for a whole hour. Hoogerheide is a flat, fast course. With some similarities to Zolder, I'd argue it's a little similar to Besançon too, but not that much. It's got a lot of short rises and tight corners, and that makes it a track where technique is subtly very, very important. It does also have long power sections though. History proves that once someone has a gap, it can be hard to pull them back here. Just ask Zdeněk Štýbar back in 2009. The finale is also a proper daredevil section. Riders with more technical ability and frankly more dare will go well there. However, the finish section is so long that even the win is not guaranteed. To put it simply, this place is so finely poised. As you can hear, I quite like Hoogerheide, and I really quite like the way that these races are shaping up. The likes of Van Empel versus Pietersen, Van der Poel, Van Aert. There's sections of this course that suit each of them like a glove. It'll be some incredible racing. It'll be a weekend of incredible racing.